know the hype music. You know what this means. Welcome on in, everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome to Wednesday. Trick, Acer, oh you know, Dota, Pilot, Gakbe, Boxes, name that I can't pronounce, Miles, Silent Spirit, Monchi Fox, Danny Briskin, XY, Sugar Cube, Vance, Dynamite, Tamika, Sen, Lone Girl, and Sai. How you doing? Welcome on in, everyone. Welcome. Oh gosh, why is it spamming people becoming members? We're getting spammed. It's fine. Let's say hello to everyone. There we go. Welcome. How y'all doing? Nancy, welcome on in. Belle AC, welcome on in. Mystical Monster, Angela, Dread Hydrus, how you doing? It's been a while since I caught your last stream. Well, the important thing is you're here now. Welcome on in. Yeah, blue had to step out for a little bit, so red is taking over for the day. It's okay. We're fine. Blue's just preoccupied with something. This is my first live stream. Well, welcome on in, Danny. I hope you enjoy your first live stream. Wingus, Egg Eveland, how you doing? So today's the day we get to talk about Nijisanji and Hololive, huh? After the bombshell that was dropped on us yesterday. Why is the music so chill today? Hold on 1 second. There we go. We got to go to slightly jazzer music just to start off with. Yeah, I've been waiting all day to talk about it. This is not a position. Well, okay, that's not true. I totally expected this to happen. I just didn't expect it to happen yesterday, right as I was about to stream video games for the first time in a very long time. So there was I was not expecting that. You know what? Normally I would be a big fan of our jazz music, but I want to up the energy level just a bit because that's kind of what I'm feeling. So we're gonna go to the good old tried and true. There we go. Otter Funk album. Vichamin God Sabotage Your Gaming Sesh. Hey, the gaming sesh was awesome. I mean, for those of you who haven't played Stray is awesome. I love it. It's apparently a really short game, but really fun. So, Stray was everything I was hoping for. But the big news for the day, well, yesterday, you know, is of course Nijisanji Iluna, or is it? It's with an I, right? It's Iluna. I should know. I made my own thumbnail. Let me check real quick. Yeah, it's Iluna. Okay. Whew, I had a mental block there. It's fine. But I can't wait to see what comes from them. It's on the 25th, I believe, is when their debuts start, which is unfortunate because it's like in the wee hours in the morning for me, which means I'm not going to be able to watch them because, you know, I've got a bunch of other stuff going on, so I'll have to catch their debuts after they happen. But you know what else is new? It's fine. I'm hoping that their videos are just as crazy and chaotic as Noctix's were, because I think Noctix kind of set a bar when it comes to the debut videos that I really hope just keeps going up and up and up, because, you know, they were awesome, especially Sunny's. Sunny's was definitely my favorite video out of all of them, just because he's so exaggerated and just everything about it was beautiful. And I hope that continues. My gut is telling me that it will, because, you know, it's Nijisanji. They've been upping their production quality all over the place. Iluna's already having interesting conversations. Yes, I've been Twitter's been interesting. Also, welcome on in. Hey, Hyon, how you doing? Well, we got the 6 members, which is that's kind of cool. The 3 and 3. I'm glad that they went for a little bit bigger approach than I think most people were expecting. I was kind of expecting another wave of like 4, maybe another 5. 6 though was an interesting direction. I think that's the biggest group Nijisanji has debuted, isn't it? I don't know all of Japanese groups, so there might be one that's bigger, but I don't think a Niji group has ever had more than 5. And 5 was really big. Oh, sorry, I heard a noise. It was my cat's tail thumping against a cardboard box. I was like, what is that? Sorry, it was so weird. I couldn't figure out what that was. Also, I should probably turn off the really noisy fan. Whew. Good night for the hey Nobunga, welcome on in. I'm really excited for the mixed wave. You know what's kind of funny, and we're going to talk about this a little bit too. I think that Nijisanji's willingness to do the mixed waves is really good. Because, like, you know, man, they're really trying out there. What are they doing? What? Hold on 1 second. A cat needs to go investigate some other cats real quick. What are you guys doing? Oh, okay. I figured it out. They were both doing it. Oh my gosh. That's why it was tripping me out. They were both playing with a different box. I was like, where's the other sound coming from? But another one was playing with a box around the corner. Oh my gosh, that was tripping me out. What's going on? Imagine they got a lot of people from the last audition rounds. So they wanted to get as many people as possible. You are you know what, Sen? What? You know what? Actually, let's talk about that for a second. Because I think you are 100% correct. I think that Nijisanji probably had more people apply for the last round of auditions than all the rest of the auditions combined. I would not be surprised if that was the case. Because the last Nijisanji audition wave got so much attention. It was ridiculous. And, you know, I am partially to blame because for that. But, you know, not to take too much credit for, you know, the hard work that they are putting in, obviously, but I have to imagine that the sheer volume of like applications they got means that they could pick out so many waves ahead of time. Now, this should probably be the last batch from that first group, but who knows? That, like I said, they got so many auditions from that from the latest wave. I would not be surprised if they're going to get even more and more. And I'm really happy that they're doing mixed waves now. Like, I knew they were going to. Of course I knew they were going to. Like, that's one of Nijisanji's, like, things, is they do mixed waves and things like that. So it was never a matter of if, it was just a matter of when. Also, welcome on in, Seiji. How you doing? But I'm glad that they're doing it now rather than after 1 or 2 more waves, because I feel like, and we're going to talk about this a little bit today too, is that people are starting to get a little bit over the hype of debuts from a corporate and just in general census. I personally am not, because I think that debuts are just kind of fun and that's what they're supposed to be. And you know, it's I don't know. I personally don't really share that opinion. Like, it can get overwhelming at times, but I mean, like, so can life, right? You know, you don't get to choose when everything happens, and people, at least in my opinion, if you're getting overwhelmed with a lot of debuts and things going on, you know, just take a step back. It's fine. You don't have to be there for every little thing. You know, you can just take a step back and enjoy it at your own pace. That's really what's important. And yes, Catadoodles, the shelf is looking pretty good. And you know what? I think the other thing, Dynamite, you said something that kind of hits it a little bit on the nose, is there's nothing quite like, if you're new to the VTubing field, there's nothing quite like your first set of debuts, you know? Like, because it's a big event. Everyone loves being in big events. That's nothing new. Like, that's why concerts and like so many other things exist, is because they're big events and they're a lot of fun and everyone goes to them. And like, the problem is once you've attended one, attending multiples from then on, like, you're never going to experience your first debut again, right? It's just not going to happen. And so, like, you keep on going to them, and slowly over time, you do get a little less excited. Not excited, just a little less excited, because you've seen so many. But if you just accept them as like, this is a fun thing that is happening, rather than I want this to be as magical as the first time, then you're fine. And I think that might be what some people are getting a little tripped up about, is that they want them to be as awesome as that first debut that they saw. Because, like, you know, when Hololive Wave 1 debuted, and then Nijisanji Wave 1 debuted in the EN sphere, at least, because that's where I was really the most involved in, like, that was unprecedented levels of exciting. And I still greatly enjoy everyone who's come since then, but, like, you know, that's when VTubing was the most magical for me up until most recently, actually. So it's, but you know, people saying that they're over debuts is fine. And honestly, I'm against debuts for a number of reasons. Just because for most people, a debut is you're overexerting yourself to the point where you're making one thing super special that you can't really follow up with something just as special on. But, you know, that's me viewing it from an analytical standpoint, as most people's debuts will be the highest point of their content career for literal months, if not year, after they debut. And so I tend to like it when people treat debuts as special events, or for companies where it makes sense to have big events because, you know, they're a company. So I just think that everyone wants debuts to always be all special, but they aren't. Not all debuts are created equally. And doing a debut just for the sake of doing a debut is kind of what I think is what sours the experience for some people, is because, let's be honest here. Also, welcome on in, Diana. How you doing? A Hololive debut is probably going to be way cooler than anything I, as Rayless, can put together. Like, there is a very vast difference in resources available to make events super special. Now, whatever debuts I do will be very uniquely mine, you know, and whatever they will do be very uniquely theirs. But trying to say that mine will be just like theirs or theirs will be just like mine, if I was doing one, that's just not, you can't compare the two. But that's what everyone wants to be. Everyone wants to have these, you know, Hololive Idol super important debuts. But, you know, the honest fact of the matter is that until you're big, no one actually cares about what you're doing. That's such a harsh reality, I know, but I've said it before and I'll continue to say it. It's just, debuts should be celebrations, and when you're just starting, you shouldn't start with a celebration. Like, you should start with figuring out what you're going to be doing, and then once you've built something, you can celebrate it. That's just my personal feelings. I mean, you know, this is coming from the cat who did debut and had all the problems that typically come with debuts. So, you know, this is learning from experience, not just me spitballing here. Because I debuted. I didn't really know what I was doing. And I got, at the time, a lot of views, a chunk of subscribers and stuff like that. And it didn't work. Like, it just didn't work. That's fine. And so, but I was debuting for the wrong reason. I was just like, oh, I'm a VTuber now, I should do a debut because debuts are a thing, instead of just doing what I did immediately after that and just make the content I wanted to make. You know, so that's where I'm coming from. I agree, but then how would you reveal yourself for the first time if you're not Corpo? Danny, I would just start streaming or start making videos. Just make whatever you want to be making now. Just, you're a VTuber. VTubing should never be the sole reason why you do a thing. It should be the thing that lets you do the thing that you actually want to be doing. That has always been my opinion with VTubing. Is if you're not doing it to make a type of like content that you want to, you shouldn't be VTubing. Because if you can make the thing you want to without needing to VTube, just go make the thing you want to. That's my opinion about being a VTuber. But my debut is to celebrate with the friends who have been waiting about a year for that point for me to properly do so. They've been so patient and sweet and there for me. And so if just a few of them with a new friend or two, it's a win in my eyes. And that's a perfectly valid reason to debut Catterdoodles. It's just doesn't seem to be the reason why a lot of people debut. They want it to be this big, massive celebration that gets people to care about them, even though they haven't put in the effort to get people to care about them yet. But that's my opinion. Some of the class, so we will attend to Iluna. Probably not Riku, just because they're doing it on a Monday morning and I need to sleep at really normal hours. From the point of view of an animator, the most interesting thing about debut is the lore video, and I see it as a good opportunity to show some skills, like a little short. A lore video is a fine way to debut, Diana. It's just, I always want people to manage their expectations when it comes to debuts, because the day, month, weeks after your debut is when it's going to suck. Because if you are successful in getting people there for a debut, you get like 10% of people to actually show up the next day. So it's just, debuts are often more harmful to the creator than they are to the audience. That's just something I have noticed. I wanted to do Let's Play since 2008, and VTubing just seems like the right thing to try it. And that's a perfectly good reason too, Tomika. I think for indies, an intro video after figuring out what you want to do would be more efficient than a debut stream. I also think that, Sen. There's a lot of VTubers being like, you should prepare a debut, like any VTuber. Yeah, Danny, the whole debut thing is because it's how it started. It was shown off by all of the big VTubing people, and that's like why so many people debut. It's because that's how it started. If people just started using virtual avatars and didn't make big events out of becoming VTubers, we wouldn't see nearly as many debuts. We'd see celebrations like we do for like birthday celebrations, new models, and things like that. But the whole first stream debut culture, I think we would see a lot less of if it hadn't been so important for Nijisanji and Hololive. But that's how they do it, and it's very successful for them. So that's not going away anytime soon. I guess debut videos are for hyping people up and then just drop the act. Kind of, Lil. Are we talking about the Twitter war between Niji and Holo? Is there a Twitter war? I have actually blocked so many people that go with, like, who talk about the whole drama between the groups. So, you know, Cat Sensei, believe it or not, spends most of his time in blissful ignorance when it comes to Twitter drama, except for when, like, I see something really, really dumb and then I have to talk about it. Welcome on in, Ari. I thought debuts was to introduce you huge characters to an audience and let the audience decide if they like their character personality or not. Ari, yes, that is how Hololive and Nijisanji use debuts, which is good for them because they're big companies. They have pre-established audiences. So for normal people, they're not going to give you the time of day for you to watch a huge amount of your videos. Like, someone who's never heard of you, they see, oh, you're a VTuber debuting on Twitter. They'll give you maybe 5 to 10 seconds of their time and decide within that amount of time whether or not they're going to stay and watch for a couple more minutes, and then they will make that decision again whether or not to stay or leave. And guys, believe it or not, streams are usually terrible at convincing new people to stick around, because people who aren't into streams don't just start watching streams. That's not a thing that happens. Usually the people who start watching streams come from somewhere else, whether that's a video or a short or a clip on somewhere else. People who weren't initially interested in watching a streamer generally don't just start watching streams. They have to get introduced to streams somewhere else. That's kind of how the introduction to streaming happens. And so, like, that's another problem with debut streams, is because some debut streams go on for hours, and it's like, no one's going to watch that if they're not already invested in you. But they will watch a 2-minute introduction video about you. Like someone, I already forgot who mentioned it, but like how someone else introduces them, or whether you have a following somewhere else that gets them invested into you. That's because that's the problem I had. Like, you guys don't know like how long it took me to get where I am compared to, like, because I primarily streamed for almost an entire year. That was mostly what I did. I did like maybe one video a month type of a thing. And then as soon as I streamed a lot less and focused a lot more on videos, all of a sudden my streams have a lot more people because there's a lot more places where people are coming from. That's something that unfortunately also not a lot of VTubers do. Zero, thank you for the 8 months membership. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm a little behind on chat. Let me catch back up real quick. On my VTuber account, I'm planning on doing a formal live 2D YouTube event after testing the waters on Twitch, where VODs aren't permanent. I can get a bit of an audience first. Not necessarily a bad strategy, Lone Girl. I would recommend starting with videos, though. Debuting for new indie is probably not the best first stream because they don't know what they're doing yet. 100%, Riku. 100%. Wait, I noticed in art VTubing that many of them grow up on Twitter before streaming. Again, Dayuki, that's actually exactly what I was just talking about, is they build an audience somewhere else and then bring them into the streaming sphere. Oh gosh, I'm really far behind on chat. I apologize. I kind of went off on a tangent there. I know so many people who are fans who mainly consume VTubing via clips. I agree that streams aren't the end all be all. Yep. Are streams a good way for generating video content? I see some people using their streams as a way to generate the clips. Yes, Fate. Yes. If you're going to stream, you need to make sure that you're turning streams into other content. in some way, shape, or form. It might take a while. It might take a while for you to edit the videos, but you should be doing that. What I see lately is kind of pre-debut culture on Twitter to grow up an audience before streaming. I've noticed that as well, Dayuki, and I think that it's a pretty good approach. Because again, streams are really hard for people to just get into. You have to bring them from somewhere else. What I kind of see lately, oh no, I just saw that one. So definitely videos, TikToks is important. Yes. I think having a full reveal of the character and stuff in the trailer and make the stream about getting to play with everyone again for the first time. Pretty good. That's why I like VTuber self-introduction videos. The ones that are saw them both in Japanese and English. It's short but detailed. Honestly, those introduction videos work way better than people think they do. I should have probably done one a long time ago. You know, before the trend was so dead that even I am late to it. But it's a good little gimmick to like introduce people to your character, and if they like the character, they're much more willing to give your streams a chance. That's what the whole debut portion is supposed to do. I just think that a stream is not the right way to debut for most people. For Hololive and Nijisanji and Shoujo, works totally fine. For everyone else, maybe a little less so. Matt Padu has successfully launched a few channels now, so just having at least 5 videos published at launch. Yep, he did do that. I'm sorry if I really stopped by. I'm looking for VTuber to make you even more excited. Hey, official, I'm just glad that you stopped by at all. You know, I'm glad any of you guys stopped by. I love you all. Let's see. By the way, somehow Kaneko really reminds me of you, especially the clip where he winks and then big smile. Oh, you mean like this? Hold on, I gotta take off my glasses for that. Like that? I mean, Billy Indie will pre-debut and stream after a while. After having enough, then they will debut. Yeah, that's pretty good. Speaking of MatPat, I think we can unofficially call you the MatPat of VTubing. I'm glad to be called the MatPat of VTubing. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. Because that's kind of the direction that we've wanted to go in for a while. It's been really fun. As people in companies like Niji, Hall, and Vshoujo are already big that they can just jump straight into a debut stream as their first or second video. I agree. I agree. Is the chaos thing on? I've been working on it on the side. I don't know if it's still broken. We can try. We can see if it works today. I don't know if it will. Turn chaos on while we're chatting. Or it could just not open. That's cool. Okay, maybe chaos is not going to work today. You know what? I don't know if chaos is working today because it doesn't seem to want to start up. Okay. That's not good. Okay. Well, we'll deal with that later, I guess. I'll try and fix that afterwards. Kind of miss Blu-ray. Don't worry, Blu-ray's around. He's just out doing things right now. You know, maybe he's working on a different video that I should have made a long time ago that I keep having to, you know, rework and rework. But it's fine. It's fine. Blue's just a little busy gathering some data. He's fine. He's just, you know, he's out and about. Maybe he might show up back again later. Welcome in, Yayaboshi. Man, I'm actually a little sad that my thing isn't working today. Oh wait. Oh, maybe. Oh, I think I got it. Nope, just kidding. It's broken. Oh well. I'll fix it later. It's fine. I like Redlist too. Look, Redlist just needs to, Redlist has other responsibilities that he takes care of most of the time. So it is green, purple, yellow, and the very elusive orange. He's around here too. Someone mentioned chaos. Well, it kind of makes sense that something related to chaos wouldn't work at first, because it seems like fun. Well, you know, sometimes you just gotta try and get things to work, but they don't quite always work the way that I would like. And chaos is just, VT chaos is really good about very not working a lot of the times. Really wish it would work more often, but you know. It is what it is, I guess. Man, I'm actually a little worried that it's not working. That's kind of weird. I can't even open it. What happened to my program? Oh well, I'll have to deal with it afterwards. Blue Rayless got kidnapped by Nijisanji for trying to expose their lore secrets. I did expose their lore secrets, and I'm gonna do it again. And they can't stop me. I do kind of hope that the new lore videos can have a really weird tie-in to the crackpot theory video that I made several months ago. I'll figure out a way to tie it in. I'll figure out a way. I'm really interested if this new Yang group Niji is half of a pair theme, like Luxium Past and Noxic Future. That'd be kind of cool. Welcome on Inark, how you doing? That actually would be pretty cool. I don't know if they'll go that way, but it could be pretty cool. Also, I'm going to go ahead and end this poll so I can actually see chat better. I'm really interested in this academia theme that they got going, because it looks pretty cool. I like all the talents, you know, voices and stuff so far. Their designs are interesting. I still think it's hilarious that Luca has the biggest chest in Nijisanji still. That's not something I was expecting, but it's still pretty funny to me. Oh, am I terrible? Am I terrible for saying that? Luca, yeah, Luca can't win, exactly. I just think it's hilarious. Yeah, Scarlet is a worthy opponent, just apparently not worthy enough. For someone to really contend with Luca. It's gonna be interesting. How do you like the debut relay Nijisanji does with short debuts and a live broadcast by two livers on the main channel as commentary? I think it's pretty interesting. Now that YouTube raids are a thing, I would actually expect us to hit some like truly ridiculous debut numbers this time around for both Hololive and Nijisanji. The fact that you can raid into those channels and just keep the train going, that's kind of huge for this. I would honestly expect that for there's some records to be broken here. So now the problem is, I'm hoping that that doesn't even exacerbate the debut dive problem that I just hope that their numbers don't crash too hard post debut, because they always do crash. For anyone who thinks that numbers don't crash after debut, like for 99.9% of people, they do. So I just hope that like that doesn't hit them too hard mentally. The crash? It always does stabilize, but it takes about 5 or 6 months. It takes a lot longer than people think they do. Even people like Gura crash. So, like, that's one other interesting factor with debuts is the hype around the initial debut is crazy. And then it's just, you know, yeah, exactly. It's why Salome was such a ridiculous example, because she didn't crash. She went up, which was insane. Her, like, she's since gone down now. She still does it incredibly well, but for her first week, her numbers kept on getting bigger, which was insane. That was a first. No one was doing that. So Charlemagne Tembara Salome was a very unique case study in like a weird pop phenomenon, right? Like she exactly. Strider, also welcome on in, and also welcome in. I'm a normal. That's what made Salome so special, is she was lightning in a bottle. No one expected her to do that. So like Salome was so fascinating. I loved watching her numbers just because they were completely different than anything we've seen. Even like Gura's ridiculous start, like we haven't seen we haven't seen them increase. And that's true of like streamers in general. No one just does that. It was so fascinating to watch. I think their views won't crash because everyone is so excited about them. The other Nijisanji members are planning to collab with them. Well, Katie, the problem is that, okay. Here, we're gonna have a little side lesson. We're gonna go over here. Welcome to class, everyone. Oh, see, Hero, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Well,
I'm excited
really
for all of these new tubers. I am interested in Holotempus's leader, Aegis, because he is a hero tuber, like me. Also, can we make a mention that a lot of us, in the know, thought that Fallside joined Niji?
Yeah, I too, see Hero, am looking greatly forward to the Holotempus guys, for sure. And it is kind of really funny that False's models looked like some of the Nijisanji models. That was pretty funny. It was a pretty funny coincidence. But yeah, class is in session. What was I about to go into class in session about? Oh yeah, debut numbers. Okay. So here's the thing. Oh wait. Oh, did I unplug that? Oh shoot. Hold on. Class will be in session in just a minute or two. Oh, blarg. I unplugged that, didn't I? I did. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Oh, gosh. Did I unplug that? Did my cats unplug? What? Oh, no. Cats, did you steal the cord? Oh, I bet you guys stole the cord, didn't you? So my cats have done this thing recently where they start stealing my cords to things that I need to use, and they hide them under my couch. It's so infuriating. While I was on vacation, I set up a okay, hold on. While I was on vacation, I set up a webcam to watch my cats. The person who was coming over to watch them while I was gone, on day freaking one, they had knocked over the tripod the webcam was on, somehow managed to unscrew it from the freaking tripod and hide it under the couch. How is that possible? Like, how did they do that? I don't understand. I just don't understand how, like, let alone, you know, them knocking it over. That's whatever. They're cats. They're gonna do that. But like, how did they unscrew it from the tripod? It's just like, how did they do that? Opture Gaming, thanks so much for the super chat.
What do you think of a military-themed tuber generation? Like Admiral, General, Air Marshal?
I think military could be pretty fun. There's lots of fun ways that you could use that. I do not oh, and now that's missing too. There's no freaking way they stole that too. Cats, where are you hiding all my cables? Are you kidding me? Do I have backups of these anywhere? Oh my gosh. Now my tablet cord is missing. Where the freak did they put my tablet cord? How did they get to that? Oh my gosh, cats. Maybe you're sitting on, I wish I was sitting on it. All right, I think I have a backup. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Yeah, who needs VT Chaos when you got actual chaos? It's the real freaking thing. Holy cow, cats. You're gonna be the deaths of me, you know that, right? Okay, I think I have a backup. Is this backup gonna work? Yes, okay, I do have a backup. I have a backup. It was in a sealed drawer, so they couldn't get to it. Oh my gosh, cats. I know cats run the world, but I was gonna hope that they might not, you know, try and run my world. I don't think they swallowed anything. I just think that they stole everything. Oh my gosh, cats. I love them. I love them to death. But sometimes they frustrate. Okay, it's almost finally time for class to be in session. Jeez. Silly cats. Now, if they stole the pen too, that would just be icing on the cake here. And given that I'm not seeing my pen... Nope, wait. Hold on. Please be in the case where you're supposed to be. It's not in the case. Oh my gosh. This is the most scuffed stream, period. Gotta go now, have my game Horizon Forbidden West on pause. Hey, well, thanks for dropping by, Hero, and I appreciate the super chat. Now I just have to figure out where my stylus went. They've been on my desk, so obviously they're... Oh my gosh, cats. My cats will be the death of me. Some way, somehow. They will be the death of me. Okay, I found... Okay, they were definitely been on my desk. Okay. We're almost there. I've discovered some of their hiding places. They just kind of punted everything off my desk, which I guess I really should have expected. Okay. It's plugged in. We can do this. Man, I haven't used the chalkboard in a while. By the way, there's a new chalkboard on its way. That'll be fun. All right. Time to get everything ready. All nine of you. Hey, just look, it wouldn't be a stream if I wasn't suffering just slightly, you know? Okay. That's not showing up like it's supposed to. Wow, this is Scuff City today, let me tell you what. And now my tongue's sticking out. Blep. Oh my gosh. 1 second. Music's about to cut out, I think. Trust me, I know there's no sound. It's fighting me. Oh my gosh. Can you just not? Game, please. Please just, or not game, OBS, please work. Wow, it is really fighting me today. Look, it wouldn't be a VTuber stream without, you know, ridiculous levels of scuff, right? That's kind of just how this works. All right, let's try this again. Let's try this again. Wow. What's the VTuber creed? Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Especially if there's a lot of people watching, then more people, then it goes wrong faster. That's how it works, right? Oh, you know what I think it is? Wait. Nope, it's still not working. One more second. The music, everything's about to go silent again. Why is everything so broken? Oh my gosh. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. It's not working. Wow, what happened to my OBS? Everything's busted. Let me see if, okay, we're gonna try one more thing. I'm gonna try one more thing. Why do I have so many viewers when it's Scuff City in here? Come on. Oh my gosh. Okay. Why is it only showing that? Okay. Can it not tell that that's a new window? Oh my gosh, everything is just broken. Okay, so I've discovered something important, which that is really frustrating. What happens if I put this back in? Can I do that? Does that show? That doesn't show. Oh no. Okay, well, we're gonna try a different method. This is even more scuff today. Are you ready for this? This is like 30 times more scuffed, but it's fine. If I can get it to work. All right. So here's the plan. Are you guys ready for this plan? Because it's a really bad plan, but it's gonna be more successful than. Okay. All right. This is the new scuff. This. Okay, so we couldn't get it in Photoshop, but we could make it work in MS Paint. Let's go. Oh, MS Paint to save the day. Gosh dang it. Photoshop, the nice big expensive program, doesn't work. But MS Paint comes to our rescue. Are you freaking kidding me? Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm gonna have to fix that afterwards. Okay, so let's see here. So we were talking about debuts. Oh my gosh, my handwriting is like even worse with this somehow. Oh my gosh. How is my handwriting even worse with MS Paint? This is terrible. Okay, so why does this look so bad? Oh my gosh. Okay. I think we were talking about here. Let's see if we can write this a little bit more legibly. Oh gosh, it's been a while. There we go. We were talking about debuts. There we go. Typing is an option, but it's not as fun. It's not as fun of an option. So we got good old debuts. I think I have a tab. That's what I was trying to use, Strider, was the low-end drawing tablet. That's what this is this is a drawing tablet. Like, hi. It just seems to be stuttering a little bit. Okay, I will have to fix this for next stream, apparently, because this is not quite working. But you know, that's fine. That's fine. So we were talking about debut numbers, right? I think is what the tangent we were getting on before everything just, you know, oh, my computer's lagging a little bit. What's going on? 1 second. What's going on? Is that Paint that's having issues? It is Paint. Okay. Today is just Scuff City. It's fine. But we were talking about debut numbers. You know? What's funny is I actually had a sponsorship opportunity to talk about a new type of tablet from a company I've never used before. I didn't take it because that's not what we do here, but maybe I should. Maybe I can use that to get myself a new tablet. It's terrible for drawing. It's okay. It's okay. We're not trying to draw. We're just trying to write. It's usually not this hard, but apparently it's really hard today. That's fine. That's fine though. So yeah, we were talking about debut numbers and something that I've kind of trademarked as the debut dive. Wow, this makes writing so much harder with Paint. Holy cow. Good luck reading this. No, the entire stream died 2 streams ago, Templar. We had the whole stream just cut out 2 streams ago. It was fine. I accidentally like broke the streams. That already happened. This is just slightly less levels of scuff. Does this work over here? It does work over here. Do you know what? Screw it. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. You ready for this? When life gives you lemons, you just go. Wait, it doesn't even show up? It can't even show up? Oh no. Okay. So this is even more broken than I thought. Okay, wow. That's actually insane. Hold on, guys. I want to test something real quick. I want to test something. That doesn't work. The new update to Photoshop broke it for OBS. Interesting. I'm gonna have to look into this. Whoops. Okay, well, whatever. We'll just go back to this. This is working for now. It's just being weird. That's so fascinating. Yeah, we are on scuff levels beyond comprehension, but it's because whatever new update Adobe pushed out breaks Photoshop for OBS. That's so weird. Huh. That's so interesting. Oh, actually, I think, wait, I just saw. One second. Someone messaged me something to try real quick. If this works, this is gonna make my life so much better. Sorry, the stream's so scuffed. But this is like hilariously scuffed. Oh, sorry. I forgot that I was still testing things. All right, we'll just continue to use this for now. It's working, you know. We'll just use MS Paint because MS Paint seems to work okay. And Adobe's being kind of weird to take that out. Color key, thank you. Green. I'm just setting it up on a new layer so I don't have to fiddle with it later. All right, there we go. Good old MS Paint, our best friend. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, we were just... all of this for just such a stupid little bit. Oh gosh, but welcome on in everyone who's joined the stream since we went into just sheer pandemonium. Hope you're all having a good time. Can't believe you're enjoying the scuff this much, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, we were the original point that we were talking about was the debut dive, which is something I did want to talk about a little bit more because it happens to literally everybody. There's not a single person this doesn't happen to, except for Hyakuma and Tenbara. She's literally the only person who gets to get away with that. Like even Gura, all of Hololive stuff looked like what I'm about to show you. If I can select my pencil. They all did something like this. Boom. Kind of, oh, that's really hard to see. We need to use like a brush. Now we'll just keep using the eraser. The eraser was working fine. How do I get rid of all this? All right, we're just gonna do, this is way too scuffed, but it's fine. It's fine. So all of them kind of do this thing. They all go like this, and then they come back up and start to stabilize. This is the line of how almost every single member of Hololive, Nijisanji, you know, insert X corporate VTuber. That's kind of what their graphs all look like. And this is coming from someone, I was watching all of their numbers with great fascination, because that's kind of what I do, is I love looking at numbers. And they all seem to follow this generic same trend. Is they had a huge start, because, you know, it's a big debut. And then people just kind of accept them as part of their lives. They, you know, watch them, but then they move on. You know, they'll come back to a stream every now and then, but they won't make the same level of effort to try and be there every single stream. Because you know what? No one can really be there that much, and no one really should want to be there that much. So, like, I personally have never understood, like, trying to make people come to every single stream. Because that's also just unrealistic. You know, you guys have your lives to live. I love it when you guys can make it here, but I don't expect you to be here all the time. You know?
What do you think about declining viewership and viewer saturation when it comes to sharing an audience with more Niji Holo members?
Thank you so much for the super chat, Cookie. What do you think about declining viewership and viewer saturation when it comes to sharing an audience with more Niji/Holo members? I just think that, okay, so first of all, viewer saturation is an interesting topic. It's a very interesting topic. Before I completely answer that, I just want to show you guys, this is what mine looked like, by the way. This is what my debut graph looked like. Actually, more like this. There. That's what mine looked like. Just in case you were wondering. But I actually don't think that it's too saturated. I really don't. Because now I do think that there's a little bit of a interesting how do I want to word this? Because they are definitely saturating a market, but it really depends on the people that they are inviting to the company. So, like, for instance, Nijisanji got, I mean, I think we can all agree, right, that Luxium kind of broke open the male VTuber market. Like, the male VTuber market was there, but Luxium shoved it into the forefront of everything, right? So even though there was 5 new VTubers, they were different enough, because, you know, in this case, they hit a new audience, that it opened up an entire new gigantic pool of viewers. And then comes out Noctix. Now, Noctix didn't initially do as well as Luxium, and this is no hate on any of the Luxium members or Noctix members. Some of them guys I absolutely love, but you could argue that they were now still saturating that new market. So they were still very successful. They might have been more successful if they were the first ones. So you can make that case that that market is starting to become just a little bit saturated. Now, the real question is like, if you're bringing more people into a saturated market, what are your intentions for doing so? Because if you think that the market is saturated, that opens you up for the opportunity to be able to add more outliers of people. Like, I firmly believe that for the first wave of Luxium, now, granted, I haven't looked into anyone's past lives, really. I'm sure that other people could corroborate this, but I would be very shocked if every single one of the members of Luxium didn't have a very strong background with content creation. I would be shocked. Now, now that we've got a new group that the female audience is pretty established, the male audience is pretty established, now they can start going for kind of the oddball streamers. Like, not to say that anyone in Nijisanji isn't an oddball, because they definitely are, but with new waves, now they're not looking for the core big people, though they'll always take them, because they're, you know, if you're an established streamer, they will probably take you. Like a really, really established streamer, they'll probably take you. But now with the new waves, it feels like they're going to start branching out and start taking more risks, because they've got that core group. Like Luxium is successful. Luxium, it carried Nijisanji in the English sphere to a crazy new level. And I think that now we are going to start seeing people that can fill very specific markets. Like, honestly, yeah, Gentleman says that exactly. They're looking for people that can fill niche markets and interests. So, like, actually, as a kind of a perfect example, I know, because I did apply just to see what their response would be. I applied, and I probably fit into a category of people that they didn't want to give me a shot, right? Like, they never watched my video or anything like that, which was really sad. I mean, I blackmailed them, so, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, it's the market for, like, a VTuber like me, who is just, you know, I'm a cat, right? You could go for a definite, like, different type of VTuber now. They can afford to take gambles on people that are very niche. What would be considered niche at this point? Well, I think that an animal VTuber would be considered niche. Nijisanji does have people that are just like, I mean, they have Kuroi Shiba, who by all accounts is very successful. I can't remember the name of the other one that's a non-human. Like, they could look at some of these non-human avatars, because that's something they traditionally haven't looked at. So that's one route. They could look at people that would be, like, really focused on a very specific genre, like, kind of like how Selene is, like, really into first-person shooters, you know? Yeah, Debut, yes, that's what it was. But, like, they can start taking these other risks because they don't have to worry about the backbone of success anymore. They just don't have to. So they can start to branch out into these little bit more specific fields, that people that aren't just like music VTubers. That could be someone they would like, someone who's very specifically focused on music content creation, right? Like, or someone who's focused on doing this one specific thing, kind of like how Fulgur has his, you know, writing stuff that he does sometimes. That's kind of an interesting niche that no one else does. But, like, they don't need people that are just really good at content creation, like, to be huge names. They can start doing different things. And honestly, what I would love to see, I would absolutely love to see this. Also, welcome on in, Bedman, guys. Sorry, I saw your comment. Would be people who focus on videos that aren't streamers. Like, people that don't just focus on streaming, because, like, that's the whole brand of Nijisanji, right, is the streamer. But I also kind of feel like that you could go with a lot of different directions with, like, just straight up video content for VTubers in general. So, like, there's just a bunch of different ways that people can go, and I do really feel like that now they're not going to just, like, they have the option to pick up someone who might be a little bit less known than the previous iterations would be, but, like, you have a lot of different ways you can go. Yugo did audio mixing on stream. Yeah, he did. Yugo's done some interesting stuff. Fulgur's done straight up reading a novel on stream. Like, there are so many different ways of content creation that can draw people. I mean, there's 100 of you guys here right now listening to me talk about what Nijisanji might look for in the future. Right? Like, you guys are here, you're listening to Cat Sensei talk about VTubing related issues. You ask someone about that, you know, 3 months ago, you think there'd be like 10 people here, which there were 10 people here. Well, 5 months ago, but you know, that's kind of the point, is like, there's so many different ways that you can go with things. And so that's just kind of what you should keep in mind. And like, yeah, even false ID, right? False ID running a VTuber news show. Who would have thought that would have worked, right? Like, that's the point. Like, there's so many different directions that the VTubing niche can go, and I think Nijisanji is going to take more chances with it, and I hope they do. So like, there's just so many different ways that they can go with this, and I really like that there's more and more technology being developed every day, and that Nijisanji, Hololive, and VShojo are all the ones behind it, and you know, they're actually going to try out some of these niches, you know? I don't know if you discussed this before, but do you think Nijisanji going public might alter their focus on what they're searching for? Maybe. Fate? Maybe. Hey, welcome on in, Thornscale. But honestly, I think Nijisanji has done a very interesting model, which is also why new hires really shouldn't worry people about viewer like dissemination. Because the other thing that you guys have to think about, and we as the English sphere have not really had to deal with this much yet, but people leave Nijisanji all the time. Like, there's so many people. Like, we have someone leave Nijisanji, it feels like at least once or twice a month. It's not that uncommon. It's like, we just haven't experienced it much in the English sphere yet, outside of Sana leaving Hololive Council. Like, that's really the only big graduation that the unique English sphere has seen. Like, there's been lots of others, and people are very invested in different VTubers and things like that. But like, for the English sphere specifically, which is where, let's be honest, where the most new viewers from, you know, Hololive and Nijisanji are, at least right now, is like, no one from the original, like the old guard, is left yet. So it's just, I wouldn't be too worried about people worrying about number of viewers dropping, because eventually someone will leave. That's just kind of how streaming is. Like, some of them might have wanted to do this for a couple years and then decided that they don't want to do it anymore, and that's fine. And they'll leave, and then, you know, they'll get someone new, and everyone will be excited about that new person, and that's not bad. It does, you know, provide some very interesting mental spaces to be in when you're actually the one making that content, but you know, it just kind of is what it is. But like, all of the English sphere is really new. I'm new. Like, if we want to get technical here, I'm only 2 years old in the VTubing sphere. I played around with it, you know, a decade ago when it first showed hints of life, but the VTubing boom is still only 2 to 3 years ago. It's really not that long ago. That's the crazy part. It's like, it feels like a lot longer than it has been, but it's only a couple years old. So that's the crazy part, is the VTubing niche is still very young, and we just haven't really hit the point of churn for the big VTubers yet, or the big VTubing companies yet, I will say. Do you think VTubing will still be as popular 10 years from now? I just think it'll be different, Toru. I think VTubing will continue to grow in popularity as it becomes easier to get into. Because that's really when, you know, niches become more mainstream, is when there's a smaller barrier of entry. Is it when it becomes easier for people to get into the hobby or into the niche, it gets bigger. And as we get more and more people into it, hopefully that means the content gets spread out more and more and more. And so we can see more markets. And like that, because that's really the thing is, I was watching someone's video who brought up a very, very interesting point about VTubers, is that like a lot of VTubers get stuck in particular trends and, or at least new VTubers. I don't think the big ones do because they've kind of figured out that they need to do new stuff. But like VTubing should be a medium for how you make content, and it's not quite there yet. People treat VTubing as a genre because there's so many cliches that happen. I mean, we're talking about it right now. We're talking about debuts. Like, that's not a thing even in streaming culture, right? You know, VTubers are glorified streamers. If you don't like that, I'm sorry, but it's true. Like, VTubers are generally just glorified streamers for the most part. We're not really that special. And like, we do a lot of the same stuff. We just do it in a slightly different medium. But that's the problem, is there's so many pieces about VTubing that they try to like keep it contained in like all these little bits and pieces that people are afraid to go outside of it, because, you know, when you're a really small niche, like if I started doing all the trends, I'm sure there'd probably be a bunch of you guys that would just leave. But if I started doing the trends, because I have 30,000 subscribers right now, I would probably grow quite a bit and attract the normal type of VTubers that most VTubers get. That's probably what would happen. I think I'm big enough now where if I started to follow trends, I would just grow the same as all the other people who follow the trends, right? Like that's kind of how it happens. I don't do that. I do my own thing. Sometimes it works better for me. Sometimes it definitely doesn't. But, you know, there's, I don't want to just, you know, puff up myself here and say that I'm one of the few, I'm one of a smaller number of VTubers that are trying to do new content. There's tons of people who are trying to do new things. It's just, people always complain that the new things don't get pushed out to all the people who want to watch it. But like, it's, that's the issue, is that the VTubing is such a specific niche that you almost expect a certain thing when you go into it. And that's the real hard part to break out of, is that VTubing is still in that very niche thing. And when people try and go out of it, it's very difficult. But sometimes, you know, but most of the time that's just what you have to do. Because if you actually enjoy what you're doing, you don't really care about the trends. You'll engage with the ones that you like, but you just won't with the ones that you won't. And yes, Crystal, welcome on in. The cat is red today. A few of my friends did try to venture away from trends, but he got stuck in it. He has the numbers, but he isn't happy. So that's the real problem, is trends do bring numbers because they're trends. But you can't always just chase trends, or else you just lose. And it's just bad news bears. And honestly, that's kind of why I have such a big issue with debuts in general, is because debuts, for everyone who isn't at the top of the top, your debut graph is going to look like mine does right there. Actually, hold on, let me pull this up. I want to show you guys the actual results, like straight up, no holds barred result of what happened after I debuted. I don't want, like, this is just me going to be 100% transparent. These are the actual numbers of my debut. So you ready for this? My debut stream occurred on, okay, it's got to load. Okay, YouTube, please. Because I want to put this into perspective for you, for some people, just because we're talking about debuts a little bit. And why, like, trends and stuff are fun, and like that's some of the problems with VTubing, but this is a very big trap that a lot of people get into. So my debut stream was on October 3rd, I believe. Gotta keep going back. Holy cow. Man, I forgot I used to stream so much more. I have to go back through so many streams. Holy cow, wait, how many streams am I up to as a VTuber now? Wait. October 3rd was 200 and holy cow, that was a long time. Just, you know, just in case you guys were wondering, I had 230 streams up until today. That's kind of interesting. I didn't even know that number. 230 streams to get from there to here. But okay, so my debut stream was on October 3rd, 2020. It got 150 views, 11 likes. I think I got, let's see, how many subscribers? It was like 15 or something. I think it was like 15 or 20. 22. Okay. So 22. That was my first ever stream. It was really awesome. Who wants to take a bet in how long it took me to beat that number? What is the date that I beat that number on? First stream was October 3rd, 2022. I just want you guys to take a guess at how long that took. Because this is why I feel like debuts are a problem. No, not 150 viewers, Crystal. 150 views total. Views, not viewers, views. We beat our debut stream for the first time on October 16th, 2021. Over an entire year. That's how long it took me to get back to the debut numbers. Over a literal year. That's reality. It wasn't the audition video, gentlemen. It was actually a VT Chaos stream, of all things. The first time I plugged in Chaos was the first time I broke my debut number. Not even my cat debut broke my original debut. Like that's how long it took. But that's why like debuts as a trend is a little hard, and that's why I don't like them so much, is because so okay, Artsmith, you bring up a very excellent point, and I really want to talk about this because that point right there is something that so many people don't get, and it's really scary and frustrating and hard for people to deal with, is that you got to find some way to ride the debut hype. But that's the problem, is most people, myself included, for some stuff that's coming up here, put so much effort into a debut. Like the literal effort that some people put into debuts compared to a normal stream is like 200-300 times as much time. Right? Like, how are you going to match that level of effort? You're not going to be able to. It's just not going to happen. And it crushes a lot of people. It really hurts a lot of people. And honestly, I think this is why a lot of the big corporate VTubers have had so many problems. Like Hololive Nijisanji members have had problems in their first couple months, is because they get this huge surge, massive, amazing, awesome surge, and then it just dies. It hurts. It really hurts. So it's why I kind of have a problem with debuts. And some other just trendiness of like VTuber culture in general. And like, do you know what's actually kind of funny? Do you guys want to do you guys want to see a point proven? Like, to show that it's not just me. This is Vox Akuma. These are Vox's numbers. Let me get that graph out of the way. Notice a trend? Like, now Vox, I think, is in a great spot, so I don't mind using him because I think he's doing great. He's doing wonderful. You know, he's doing just fine, right? But like, this isn't just me complaining about this. This is something that happens to someone who is doing arguably the best in Nijisanji EN right now. Like, I think he's the best, right? Well, numbers wise, I'm not saying like best preference, best streamer, whatever. Those are completely argumentative, but like numbers, like this happens to even Vox, right? So like, this is the unfortunate reality. Do you think re-debuts are IMO not needed, but it works for a lot that do it? Re-debuts are interesting. I think re-debuts are more for your audience that you've already learned. Like, a re-debut is more for your current audience than it is for a new audience. That's just my kind of opinion. But what do I think people should do instead of debuts is I don't think you should do debuts. If you're a regular content creator, I think that Hololive and Nijisanji are going to do debuts, period. That's never going to change. Why? Because they do work. They do generate a lot of hype around new people, and it also manages to propagate to other people. Because the other thing that you have to think about here is that a debut from Nijisanji isn't just for, we'll use Vox Akuma because we're talking about him, right? A Vox Akuma debut, it doesn't matter if you end up watching Vox, if you don't like Vox, but let's say you like Luca, they don't care if you watch Vox or Luca, they just care that you watch one of them. And so debuts do bring a ton of attention to the company itself, and if new viewers then disseminate to the individual streamers they like, that's still a win for Nijisanji. They don't necessarily care where the viewers land, just as long as they stay. And that's why debuts are completely different from a company culture versus an indie culture. Because the company just needs you to like one of them. That's it. They just need you to like one of them. An indie needs you to like them. I need you guys to like me. That's the primary difference. And the problem is if I put on an amazing show, today's a great stream. I hope you're all enjoying it, but like, I do not expect all 150 something of you guys to be here on Saturday. Like, that's not realistic. Today's a very good stream for me, but I also can't expect like all of you to show up on Saturday. That's just not going to happen. And like, that's triply true. If I put on, at what could be even worse is, let's say that I put on an amazing, absolutely out of this world stream where tons of people show up, and then the next stream is just really kind of boring. Because, you know, there's going to be variance in different streams, right? That's the real danger, is that you guys would show up to something that I put in a ton of effort in. And then you're like, wow, I can't wait to see what he does next. And then you come back the next day and it's just kind of a really boring stream, and you're like, oh, well, I guess he's not going to do anything cool now. And then you leave. That's honestly what happens with a lot of debuts. But if you do it in the other way, where you're starting with the content you already want to be making first, you're already attracting the type of people who want to watch you. Like, I am the lore cat. That's not changing anytime soon. We've got stuff in the works to make that even more the brand. Like, the lore cat is what I am. And I also apparently, well, lore cat sensei, you know, that is what and who I am. That's not changing. And for most people, that's why you're here. That's why you stick around. So when I do a debut, which is coming up, by the way, the debut is based around Cat Sensei. It's based around me. I will probably pull in some new people that I wouldn't normally, because it's going to be a fun event for me. But I also don't expect that people who aren't into that kind of thing would leave. But the thing that's different between me and someone new is, if you like that I'm doing lore stuff or doing these teaching style things, I have 350 videos behind me that people can go look at. That's why debuts are such an interesting topic here, is because if you have a back view of content to look at, people can watch your first thing, go look at your other things, and then decide if they want to come back. Whereas if you just debut first and then bring out your next thing that isn't, you know, it might not even be related, especially if you're like a variety streamer, they're probably not going to come back. So oh gosh, I need water, sorry. So it is absolutely okay to just start producing content and gather your own little but loyal audience. That's what everyone should be doing. That's what everyone should be doing, Bikini Bottom, is working on your own audience. So more authentic at the debut, the better. Honestly, Bean, I would just, you should do at your debut, you can make your debut an event. That's okay. I'm not ever going to say that debuts are bad, because they're really not. They do give you that boost of viewership. You just have to expect the drop off. But your debuts should always give the people who are there an idea of what you're going to be like in the future. Because if you know what you're going to be doing in the future, and you can show people that you know what you're going to be doing in the future, they'll probably come back if that's the type of thing they're in. Now, no matter what, people will still leave. That's just going to happen. You have to accept that. But if you can plan ahead and not just have your debut and have like stuff coming up behind it, you're going to do a lot better. You're going to do so much better. I gotta get going, but I did enjoy this. Please take care. Hey, well, thanks for dropping by, Death Kiss. So that's my very long-winded thoughts about debuts. Speaking of which, you guys want to see another preview? Shh, don't tell anyone I'm showing you this. Blue List doesn't know I'm going to show this. Wait, hold on. I think I have to hide this. Here, we're gonna hide this. We're gonna hide this behind Iron Mouse to make sure I don't show too much. Become big. There you go. There's the new Iron Mouse V Shoujo model. Don't worry about it. I'm setting up things behind the scenes. It's fine. Okay, let me see if I can. Love this new season. I know, right? I know. Don't worry about it. We're just getting something ready in the background, and I want to make sure I don't show too much. Okay. All right, you guys ready? Are you guys ready? What was that? Supposed to loop. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There, you guys get to see the little bit of it. I'm excited. That's your sneak peek for now. We got some stuff coming. I'm excited. I'm excited. Speaking of debuts. Now I just have to get the rest of my quote unquote debut stuff ready, even though mine's not going to be like a huge, awesome, big debut like everyone else's. I mean, if you guys have been here for any amount of time, you guys probably know what my style of debut is. It's usually me talking about it a day or two before I had been like, hey guys, guess what's coming out? I'm excited. Is that a logo? There remember something about that coming in. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But the real thing. Can I show this? Let's see. Do you know what? We got to test this out. We'll test another thing out real quick. Because this isn't spoiling anything. Don't worry. This isn't spoiling anything. This is just something I wanted made. How do you guys like my new little podium? Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? Don't mind the other one back there. I got a new one. It's, yep, Mr. President. I have a lot of things that I need for this. You would not, okay. You would not, oh, hello. I guess it's in the corner now. You would not believe the number of times I need a podium asset for my stupid little videos. Like, you would not believe how often I need that. It's ridiculous. Speech. Okay, wait, one second. Hold on. We can do this correctly. Hey, Colonel Gentleman, thank you so much for the 9 months of membership. Thank you so much. I think I can do this. Wait. By the way, I found out that I have like 56 free stock Adobe images, by the way. Oh, I want you to have full on glasses for this look. All right, hold on. Let me go get Blueless. Don't worry. Hold on. We're gonna step over here for a second. One second. We're gonna go over here. Oh, nope, there goes the monocle. Come back here, monocle. Whoop. Don't worry about me. I'll be back. I'm just grabbing Blueless. It's fine. What I miss, class? What I miss? There you go. I got my glasses. Is this the professional ma fellow catechins? You can grab it. Oh, hello. I'm back. Did you miss me? All right. I think I got something for this. But I found out that I have like 100 free Adobe stock images from paying for the Creative Cloud for like 4 years. So I've been downloading them like mad. So I just have a whole bunch of stuff that I could use now. What do you have to say about this issue, Mr. Hold on, let's see. Press conference. Wait, no, this isn't a PNG. It's a PNG? Oh my gosh. One second. Oh, it's a JPEG, close enough. Oh gosh, it's blinding white. I'm sorry. Oh gosh. I apologize. That That was, I did not mean to blind you all. Don't worry, we're gonna do something real quick. We're doing this bit. Don't worry, don't worry. It's happening. Okay, I got it. I got it. Oh, there's so many microphones. Hold on. Oh my gosh. There we go. Oh, my ears are cut off. Why are my ears cut off? Hold on. Let's shrink this back down to size real quick. Maybe go here. There we go. Now, here's what I have to say about the breaking VTuber news with all my many microphones, of which you can tell I am very important. I'm here to make a press release that I am in fact a cat. I know. This may come as a shock to all of you, but I am in fact a cat. Wait, hold on. In fact, I'd like to make this official on the record. That the lore cat is in fact a cat. We are sorry to have deceived you otherwise for so long. But I believe this qualifies as being caught in 4K. I know. I could only say that I am sorry to disappoint so many of you. And that the scuff will unfortunately have to continue. We have made efforts to try and reduce the scuff, but it just will not go away. We are sorry to report that scuff for a VTuber is terminal. There's no getting away from it. I apologize to you all. Speaking of which, I have played Stray. Strider. I love Stray. No way, I thought you were a loaf of bread, the soul. I know. I am so sorry to disappoint so many of you. I am so sorry to disappoint you. But I feel like I could hide the truth no longer. I only hope that you'll move forward with me as we work towards a better sphere for the VTubing community. Thank you. Thank you all for joining me tonight.
Mr. President! Tell us a little bit more about Hololive and Nijisanji! That's what you were supposed to be doing in the first place!
Thank you, concerned citizen. I will try to return us to the topic back on hand. Oh, there's something wrong in my brain. Oh, gosh. I don't worry about it, observer. Oh, I'm not tired. I'm not even tired for the stream. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, the number of VTubers, do you know what? We're just doing this. We're just doing this. Why not? One second. I have something for this. Oh, this is so dumb. I don't even care. We're doing it. Okay, we're about to go to the void. No one panic. I promise. It's not that bad. Here we are in the void. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh gosh, not that one. No. There we go. There we go. All right, all right. The official press conference can actually begin now. I know you all have many questions. Please feel free to ask them in the comments. I know. The cat president is are they all facing away from you? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Politician VTuber win. What do you mean politician VTuber win? I'm a politician now. How dare you think that I am anything other than the absolute best politician? I demand catnip for all. There we go. Now you guys can be in here too. Maybe. Which of the upcoming Hollow Niji VTubers are you most curious about? I would have to say that the one I am the most curious about is probably the guild leader of the sorcerer of the Tempest Hololive group, because his jacket has 6 arms and I'm all for that. Next question. Rayla's for president 2022. When is the next election cycle? Well, it happens to be right now. I assume I can count on all of your votes. What do you think of Hololive releasing the Holostars application a day after announcing Tempest? That was not a great move on Hololive's part. I kind of feel bad for the members of Hollow Tempest, but I can understand why they would do that in response to Nijisanji declaring their new members. It is an unfortunate situation, but one that I do understand from a company standpoint. I just hope that the talent feel okay. Next question. Ray, are you okay? Yes, I am perfectly fine. Thank you so much. Magni Desmond is the magic man with the hands. I really do enjoy his design. I kind of, he looks okay. If we can be honest here, he looks kind of weird, but in a good way. I mean that in a good way. He looks weird. They look weird, but in a good way. I like it. How do you feel about the current VTuber debut climate and saturation? I think there needs to be less debuts. I do not think that VTubers are saturated. I think that VTubers can thrive. They just have to be willing to go out on a limb and try new forms of content, like running for president, like I am. Next question. It's not a new addition. It was always open. I understand that, Ashius, but it feels a little unfortunate that they would reinforce that auditions are open before their new members even go live. I would have at least waited until after their debut, but that's just me. Do you feel as if you have a high chance of winning this next election? I don't know. My opponent, Redless, gives us a pretty... He could give us a pretty hard time. I'm not sure about his views or standpoints yet, but I know my opponent, Redless, runs a clean and tight campaign. Rayless news segment win. I actually tried to do a news segment in the past, Observer Andrea, and it is the only video I have ever made that has actively lost me subscribers. Which is kind of funny when you think about it. It's the only video I've ever lost subscribers on. Oh. I could revisit it. Who knows? Maybe. What is the maximum number of VTubers you guys can take in? Well, unfortunately, we only have the council of 7 Rayless. That's all the Raylesses that we can fit in there. However, if you find an errant Rayless, then who knows? Maybe we can add him to our current group of Raylesses. I don't really like the new design for both Hollow and Niji. They feel very stale. I don't mind the designs. I really like Tempest's designs, honestly. But I do wish that we would get a little bit more out there with designs. Bye-bye, Rayless. Today's stream has been so fun, including all the scuff. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your stream. I hope I do, too. Thank you so much, Katie. Hope you have a good rest of your day. The competition is fierce in this election. It is. Mr. Rayless, what do you think about your opponent being Mr. Purpleless? Well, Purpleless isn't too interested in politics, so I don't think he's going to get too many of their votes. He's too busy going off and dealing with whatever he does. He's always into that occult magic over there. So I don't view him too much as an opponent as I do just a good friend. I found a Rayless in my backyard last week. Well, what color was his cloak? We need to go pick him up. I'm trying to get more. I have no idea what you said, Jamie, unfortunately. I'm happy we're finally getting an Corporal Nijisan. Are you planning on opening your own VTuber court, Mr. President? I am not. I don't think that will ever happen. But then again, I don't know. I also thought I would never apply for various companies, and I've applied for various companies. So who knows what will happen in the current sphere? I don't know. You don't know. None of us truly know what will happen. Rayless, have you announced your running mate for vice president? I have. Would you like to meet him? I can show you my running mate. Not for very long though, because copyright infringement might come into play here. Hello, good morning everyone. I am Rayless's vice president running mate. I'm ready to field some of your questions for the presidential campaign of Rayless. Bet you didn't see this coming. I wonder. Oh, hello. Oh no, how do I reset him? Oh, I'm pushing too many buttons. I don't know how to. Okay. Oh, there we go. See, we're back. We're fine. This is definitely not copyright infringement. It's fine. I didn't make it. I bought it off of someone, so it's fine. Never mind the Pikachu in the corner. All right, I should probably get off this model. But I'm here to actually introduce you to the real running mate. Hello, everyone. It's Rayless, but as a slime. How are you doing? How are you doing? See, I'm the real vice president, and I'm Jiggly. What now? What now? It's Jellyless coming at you. Slimeless. Oh gosh. The real form. What do you mean real form? Look, I'm just a jelly. I'm just trying to help a cat out by being his vice president. It's fine. It's fine. Together we will do great and wonderful things, I assure you. He kills. Now, why would you kill a beautiful little slimeless like me? I'm just a happy guy to be around. I think the rigging of Nijisanji model is not the best, but the art is really good. That's actually a fair critique, by the way. You can see far by being ahead above the competition. It's true. It's true. He doesn't fold. He jiggles. It's true. Now I have to play Slime Rancher too. Are you also a type of Rayless Dave, Mr. Vice President? No, I am not one of the core 7 Raylesses. I just happen to share a look, so it's fine. As a slime, I am able to alter my appearance somewhat, and so I've naturally taken on his form, shall we say. Plus, I mean, I'm jiggly. How can you hate something this jiggly? Man, we really went pretty far with this presidential bit, didn't we? Oh gosh. Taking on his visions of leadership? Exactly. You know, I just thought he was doing such a good job. Will this jiggle help you in the office? I think it will. I'm set up as our humans relationship coordinator. So, you know, when people get upset, they just come in and they give me a squeeze. It doesn't hurt me, and it, you know, it relieves stress, and it's a win-win for everyone. So this is just, you know, I'm the stress relief slime. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all fine. People just, you know, maybe take out their anger on me a little bit more than they should, but, you know, it doesn't actually hurt. It's just the jiggle makes you happy. And when you're happy, I'm happy. That's how this whole campaign is working, is when you're happy, I'm happy, I guess. And what happened to me today? It's Wednesday. That's what happened to me. But I hope you're all having a good day. Slime abuse is not acceptable. Well, just think of it as a stress ball. It's just a stress ball is all. It's fine. No problems. No problems at all. I mean, if you guys prefer, I could give it up to my other running mate, Mr. Moth. Because, you know. Who wouldn't want the Moth to also be vice president? I mean, I'm very attracted to bright lights, and it's fine, you know. Yeah, I'm a moth. It's fine. Don't worry about it. See? I have way too many models just on file. Yeah, so Moth is the Secretary of State. He's actually in charge of our defenses. So, you know, the Moth handles the nighttime duties, and, you know, Ray Slime handles the daytime duties. And, you know, we'll just make sure that the Cat Nation is ready to be protected just for everyone who's a part of here. I just thought you were a banana for a second. I'm definitely not a banana. So now that you say that, I kind of wish I could get a banana model. That would be awesome. Man, that would actually be really fun. Would you say you are attracted to lights in the form of good defensive policies? Yes. How many models do I actually have? Like 9, I think. Well, okay, so that's not quite true. I have Rayless and then all 6 variants of Rayless, which I made. I just tweaked the colors. And then I have Ray Slime that was given to me by Aojin, a guy who shows up occasionally. I bought Moth off of Etsy. I bought Pikachu off of Etsy. I guess we have one more. We have one more that we can show off here, because it's been a while. We have Axolotl. Wait, is Axolotl not on here? No, there he is. We have Axolotl. Hi, everybody. The Axolotl is from the same person who did the Moth. And I think that's it. Well, and then we have human Rayless as well. So there's a lot of we have a lot of random models. Most of them were very, very cheap, like the Axolotl and ironically Pikachu and the Moth were all like 15 to 20 bucks. So the cinematic Rayless universe is very complete. Now, unfortunately, the Moth Pikachu, definitely Pikachu has not been included in the cinematic universe, but the 7 Raylus's have, not all of them have shown up yet, but they will soon, maybe, hopefully, maybe. Axolotl for Secretary of Education. I do really like the Axolotl. The Axolotl's very, I don't know, it's just happy. Isn't it? It's just super happy. And we are on such a side tangent from talking about debuts and things, but that's fine. We kind of had our little mini rant in the middle. It's fine. It's wonderful. I'm sure anyone who watches the VOD is going to be like, wow, he really went off tangent, but that's fine. It's what we do around here. It's what we do. I just get distracted easily. It's fine. But I guess we should probably finish up talking about debuts since I actually need to go work on some other stuff. Are you aiming for re-election, Mr. Rayless? Who said I was ever done being elected? This is just a public campaign for nice votes. Sorry. I just got a work in progress back. Sorry. Oh, that looks so good. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. It's so good. It's so good. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Don't worry about it. Press conference. Oh my god. It's so good. Okay. I want to give you guys just a little sneak peek. Just tiny, infinitely tiny sneak peek. Let's see. What is the least revealing? Okay. You can't read any of this. It's fine. It's fine. And it's super tiny. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited! Rayless is gonna be, wait, what? Where'd the Rayless is gonna be shoujo coming from? If I was, that's news to me. Look at that. Look at that little tiny corner piece of something. Look at that little piece. Oh my god. It's sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. It's so tiny. It's so small. It's so blurry. I love that you just stay on the Axolotl. Let's just say that new stuff is coming. New stuff is coming, and that's a little tidbit. Just look at that little bit. Now imagine this, but in much higher resolution. And what else could be in there? Woo! I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. I know I'm permanently smiling, but I'm not re-debuting. I'm not getting a new model. I wish I was, but I'm not getting a new model. Because that would be really expensive. But I am getting a... I'm so freaking excited. Okay, let's go back to... Let's get Blueless back out here. Come here, Blueless. There we go. We're back. We're back. Now I actually have to remove all these from the scene that I'm in, or else they'll mess with everything else. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're just fixing some things. Boop. Boop. Now we're back from the void. Let's go. Boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Are we back? Are we back? I think so. Is chat working again? Or did I break chat again? I probably broke chat again. It's fine. I'll figure it out later. Hopefully I didn't break chat again. Maybe I did. I don't know. Nope, I didn't. Okay, we're back. Yep, class is back in session for now. Actually, let's go to this one, shall we? There we go. Much better. Back in session. So I got super hyped at that little preview, by the way. I'm so freaking excited for that. That's gonna be so much fun. So, you know, just saying, if you guys want to see the new stuff that's coming around, you know, maybe like, subscribe, all that jazz. You know, see what new shenanigans Cat Sensei might get himself up to. Will you do not get call, what is that word, Jamie? I'm sorry, I do not know what that is. Hey, 96 Tax, thank you so much for being a member for 3 months. Oh, we're back. That was the strangest fever dream I've had in a while. Oh, that's pretty tame for our level of fever dreams. They get so much worse. Oh my god, are you re-debuting while talking about debuting? Maybe, dang, maybe. But no, we're not re-debuting. We're getting an upgrade to the stream. Is what's going on. It's been something I've been wanting to do for a while, and it's gonna fit in with our lore that I haven't ever told people really outside of small tidbits. So, you know, that's a thing. That's also coming. But making that video has proven to be extremely difficult and time consuming because I'm so freaking picky about what I want it to do. But it is coming. It is coming. I'm really excited for it, and I hope you guys are too. Like a season, yeah, it's more like a season 2 of Rayless. The theme isn't changing, it's just getting upgraded. Is a good way of putting it. The picture is purple coded, Ray's moving to Twitch. No. I thought about it at one point in time. But YouTube is my home. I like being on YouTube. YouTube is definitely my home. See, now if I ever do re-debut, you guys already know the model it's going to be as. Well, outside of if I was re-debuting as not a cat. I would be re-debuting as Rayleech. Which, by the way, I actually found the picture that someone drew of her. Because Rayleech is too funny to not share. I forgot that I added her into VTube Studio. This is who my other model would be, and this is definitely a gimmick model. Oh, you guys can't see her. Let's put her over here. That is Rayleech. I love it so much. I love this model so much. Oh, the sellout, the Twitter icon, YouTube icon, Twitch icons. She's wearing white gloves to represent Facebook likes. I love it so much. Oh, one day she'll be real. One day she will be real. But today is not that day, sadly. Very blur. Exactly. Isn't it great? Can you imagine? I want this to be real so bad. But she'll have to wait. I just forgot that I had added her into VTube Studio. Did I put my glass? There we go. So you can go away now. There we go. But yes, I do have lore. I've wanted to integrate it into the stream for a long time now. Ever since we figured out what the theme was. So it's coming. It's just, it takes a long time is all. I've wanted to do this a lot sooner than I have, but did you guys know that I can read other people's lore and be like, wow, this is awesome. This is fun. This is interesting. And then the exact second I sit down to actually make a video on mine, I cringe into insanity. It's like, why did I do this? Why? Just why? It's because it's about me. That's why it hurts. Oh gosh. I don't know what it is, but it's like, I can't read other people's, or I can read other people's and just love it. But I write mine and it's like, oh my gosh, why? Hey, Karumi, welcome on in. How you doing? Welcome, Karumi. Hope you're having a good night. I bet almost every VTuber cringes on their lore, probably. I mean, that's almost like a requirement, right? Like, if you don't cringe on your lore, are you really a VTuber? Wait, did this? I just got breakfast and I was about to get breakfast out here. I'm doing great. You missed our presidential speech not that long ago. But you know, other than that, we're just chilling here. Cringe is a sign of growth. I absolutely believe that. Do you guys? I can't watch my old videos, guys. It hurts me so much that like I can't watch my old stuff. It just like I die a little inside. I'm like, oh, I made that video. Oh, it happens so often. And also, Luxaria, you know, if you want to see a Nijisanji theory video, I mean, I'm just saying, you know, I've got like 2 of them out there. You know, you should definitely go take a watch. You know, involves me breaking into Nijisanji headquarters and you know things like that. You know, just it's fine. It's fine. You know, just this. Let's see, where is it? I was so proud of it. There it is. There it is. I found it. I'm not above shameless plugging my own videos. Let's go. If you don't cringe, do you really feel anything? So just take a guess at which one is the video about trying to tie in VTuber. Oh wait, chat's covering it. But see that Nijisanji kidnaps their talent, a VTuber lore theory? Yeah, go watch that one. That's my favorite one I've ever made. I love that one so much. Like I said, it involves me breaking into Nijisanji and getting out alive. It was a lot of fun. And oh my gosh, that took so long to make, but it was so much fun. And just as a heads up, that's kind of the style I'm trying to go for with the lore video, is that level of ridiculousness. Because, you know, if you're not going to be ridiculous, what's the point? I feel like if you're making VTuber lore, you could make it like realistic and sensible, right? But like, come on, guys, we're all here for the ridiculous. Why would you be normal when you can just do whatever the heck you want, right? That's kind of, we're all here. I mean, Shu's lore is still my favorite video that any of the Nijisanji crew have done. You know, like that level of just shiz posting is it's the peak. It's the best VTuber content out there. Whose 1 minute lore video did I enjoy making the most? Probably Veibe's, because of one specific scene I am so proud of. I am so unashamedly proud of. Hold on, it's my video. We can watch my own video on stream. I'll mute it so we don't have to listen to the audio of it. But where is it? Where are you, Veibe? There you are. I am so proud of this one because of this scene right here. Veibe and Haruka fighting Nyanners. And that scene where they dunk Nyanners is probably my favorite skit I've done in any of my videos. I love it so much. Because I was like, how do I represent an epic battle in a short form? And so I just made them on the basketball court with them dunking Nyanners. I'm so proud of that. It's my favorite thing I've made. Like, that's easily my favorite short bit that I put into any video. It's just I love it so much. We're gonna watch it again. Also, the drag, like this just had this one I just think was pretty well done. And just here comes the dunk again. Oh, I love it. Like I said, that's easily my favorite one that I've ever made. It's oh my gosh, I love it so much. Other than that, though, I think my second favorite bit is the Ike video. This is probably my second favorite bit. It's right here at the beginning. So he's supposed to get a book from a merchant, right? And the merchant gives him a copy of Ina's Necronomicon from Hololive. This is probably my second favorite bit. Just the me handing him Ina's book. And then as soon as he walks away, you see I've got 2 other copies. I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. It's stupid crap like this that is why I love making the short videos. It's because these stupid little gags it's my favorite thing to do. If I didn't enjoy making these like this, I wouldn't be making them. What was the most difficult video to make? That's actually a good question. Like the most difficult video I've made is that super theory with Nijisanji. But the most difficult short I've probably had to make, I don't know. If I had to take a guess, let's see. Easy. The one that took a lot more effort than I was expecting was Shy Lily's. I think. Was because I didn't know that Shy Lily had a lot of like little lore snippets here and there, but she didn't show all of them during her debut, and I had to dig through a bunch of stream VODs. Thankfully, since she's clipped to like Heaven and Earth and back again, it wasn't too hard to find the clips, but hers was one of the most unexpected, like, wait, there's a lot of stuff here. You just had to dig for it. Other than that, probably Kane was a little difficult because his was, he just doesn't have a lot of lore, but there's a lot of fan-made lore, which is what I chose to focus on. So his was more difficult because I wasn't quite sure what to put in correctly. But the software I use Premiere Pro and Photoshop for basically everything. It's the stuff I've always used. I've made a couple with DaVinci Resolve just to test myself, but I use mostly Premiere Pro. It's just because it's what I learned on, and switching is annoying. That's the honest truth. So it is what it is. What got you into VTubers and making VTubers lore? I mean, I've been a VTuber for like 2 years. I tried the lore shorts as an experiment. That's how they originally started off, was they were an experiment on TikTok, and they did really well on TikTok. And I was like, all right, well, let's try putting them up on YouTube. And then they started doing really well on YouTube. And that's, I keep in mind, this is all like 5 months ago. I know many of y'all are new, but like 5 months ago, I had like 1,200 subscribers. Like most of the channel's growth is because of the lore stuff. And so that's why, like, it started working. I found out I really liked doing it. It was a lot of fun to research people's stories and try and tell them in a condensed and kind of amusing format. And yeah, I don't know, it's something fun and I like to do it. So as long as it stays fun, I'm going to keep doing it, and I keep on finding out new things about new people all the time, and it's a lot of fun. So that's kind of where we're at. And any interest in doing Nijisanji JP lore videos? I have done some of the JP talent, Luxeria. I just haven't, they just take me longer because not all of them have as good translations. Like Kuroi Shiba didn't have as much translation as I would have liked, so she took me a little longer. When do you think the auditions will reopen? Probably in October or November, if I had to take a guess. Trick, but they might open sooner. I'm not entirely sure. I have a feeling that they'll probably open sooner rather than later, if nothing else in response to Hololive. But we'll see. Will you do one of Miyazumi's? I want to. I just haven't decided which ones to do next. I also do indie VTubers, Danny. I've done 10 big indie VTubers, and some that aren't as big. Like Buff Pup is one that I've done because I freaking love Buff Pup. And well, I mean, she's big for a VTuber, but she's not like one of the big VTubers. But I did her just because I really like her. So, have I done Vox? Yeah, all of Nijisanji English is done. So is all of Hololive English. But that's what I'm gonna be doing for the next couple weeks, is all of theirs, because you know now there's 10 more people to do. So that's what's coming up next. And then I still have to do my own lore video. So there's a lot to get done in the next couple of weeks. So there's 70 lore videos out now, I think. We're getting close to 100. We'll definitely hit 100 by the end of the year. Yeah, there's a lot of lore. Well, I do lore on smaller VTuber companies like Phase Connect or Prison Project. Yeah, I have nothing against doing them. So I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret on how I decide who to do. Contrary to popular belief, it's not just who's got the biggest number next to their name. It's usually, I find someone whose design I kind of like, and I'm like, huh, I wonder if they have an interesting story. And so then I look into it and see if they do. And if their story is pretty interesting, like Kuroi Shiba is an excellent example. Like, Shiba is not a, like, she does pretty well, but she's not one of the super popular Nijisanji JP streamers. But I mean, she's a dog, right? So like, I was like, oh, she's just a dog. That's kind of interesting. And then I found out that she did all this really deep lore stuff, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. And so that's why I did hers, is because I thought her design was interesting. Turns out she had way deeper lore than I expected, and it was a lot of fun to learn about it. That's honestly as far as my like involvement with people go. Is like, is your design kind of cool or interesting? Yeah, if it is, then I do it. If your design's cool, but your lore doesn't really fit the story that I want to tell, then I'll just find someone else's, and I might loop back to yours. Like, Pecora is one that I started a couple times, but didn't really feel good about it until most recently. So, you know, it's just a process. It just takes time. And I've had to slow down my process because putting out 2 a week is a workload I can handle. I've tried doing a little bit more, and it's just a little bit too much. So I intentionally only put out 2 a week, because if I try and put out more, it's just a little too much for me. So your lore should be the 100th one. Well, that would be in like 15 more weeks, which is a little longer than I think things are going to take. So my lore will probably be out well before then. It's going to come out the same time the stream redesign comes out. So it's going to be a little while. Probably 2 or 3 months, something like that, if I had to take a guess. But who knows? Maybe that will be... If it's close enough to 100, I will just make it the 100th video, because that would be funny and fun. That's kind of the plan. I love how we talked for the first hour and a half about debut culture, and now we're talking about how I'm semi-debuting. I'm gonna do Debbie. Yeah, I want to do Debbie. I just haven't looked into them yet. This is how I learn about the lore things. It's crazy how much there is. Well, see, the thing is, I actually used to be very against people making lore, because I thought it was kind of a waste of time. Until I started to realize that there's a lot of stuff that comes as a benefit of you having really in-depth lore, because it lets you design your virtual space to fit you the best, and everything feels cohesive. Now, I'm in a fortunate position where I can kind of do it on the back end, and I am doing it on the back end, but it would have been a lot better to start with it in the first place, which I didn't do. So, welcome on in, Sakura. We're just talking about debut culture and debuts and stuff, and we talked about debut dives and a whole bunch of other things, and then we got really off track and had a presidential campaign, and, you know, it's standard Raylist things. Don't worry about it. Very, very standard Raylist things happen tonight. Like I said, standard Raylist shenanigans happened. It's fine. Gosh. Wow, we actually streamed way later than normal today. So I do think I finally need to call it here in just a little bit. Hey, welcome on in, Vespa. How you doing? How should lore be represented / shown without it feeling like it's being shown to the audience, to the face? So Ralph, the best way of doing it, in my opinion, is figuring out what people ask questions on and answering their questions. Because if people ask a question, it's like, put stuff in your scene that's like in the background or things like that. Like some of the stuff that I'll have in my new scene is background elements that weren't, like, unless you want to know about it, it wouldn't distract you from it, but it's kind of cool to see. And so all of your design elements should hint at a bigger story. But like, in my opinion, you shouldn't just be sitting there talking about the deep, you know, 50-page lore of your character unless it's super well written and an awesome story. Then go ahead and do that, kind of like how Fulgur does of Nijisanji. He's a great example of doing that. So what's the verdict on debut culture? Debut culture needs to go away for indie VTubers, and it's kind of harmful to corporate VTubers as well. It's not going to go away for corporate VTubers because it's a way to build hype, but for indies, you should just focus on your actual content and then do special events, which are quote-unquote debuts for, like, hey, maybe you got a new model, maybe you got a new background, maybe you have an awesome video you spent a ton of time working on. You know, just stuff like that. Stuff like that. So, well, yeah, I think that's kind of where we're at for the night. I like how Fulgur is really dedicated to continuing his lore through writing. Yeah, and that's an awesome method of doing it. It's just most people don't do that. So it is what it is. More often than not, lore is a distraction to a lot of people. But it can be a very powerful tool. I just think that you should only have lore if you're willing to use it, because if not, it's just a distraction. That's kind of how I feel about it. Which is why I'm not mentioning too much about my lore until we get all the new stuff in place, because then it'll make a lot more sense. And I won't need to explain it because you can just see a lot of the background elements. So that's why I'm staying pretty tight-lipped about the stuff I have planned. It's just because it's not really that interesting for people to explain it when you can't see the ramifications of having it. So that's why I'm not talking about it too much. So, you know, that it is what it is. Well, I have to go for now, teacher. I'm going to take my time to watch your videos and prepare for new voice lines for the characters. Well, I hope you have a good night, Nabunga. The term virtual YouTuber was just originated from a VTuber lore, if you think about it. It's probably true. That's probably true. But I think we're going to go ahead and call it there for the night. I've got some stuff that I want to get done tonight, part of which is actually working on said lore video. So I think we're just going to call it there for the night. We had a fun, if kind of unhinged stream. But I mean, that's the standard. Saturday's going to be probably just as unhinged. By the way, when do you think the new auditions will be for Nijisanji? Probably in a month or two is what I have to guess. Lots to think about. Thank you for the lesson. Thank you so much for just being here. And yeah, like I said, guys, I just want to thank you so much, everyone, for just being here today. You know, I feel like things have been going really well for you guys and for the channel and everything like that. And I don't know, I'm just in a good mood and I'm excited to keep trying to do new stuff for you. And I hope you all enjoy it. I don't know, I just really appreciate it. I don't know what else to say other than I'm just very grateful. So, wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, or evening. But for now, class is dismissed, and I will see you all later. Also, like, subscribe, and join the Discord. Bye!